tell us about your involvement. I see that you also got involved with Paul and Lydia. What? Tell us about that journey.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. So after art school,
Yes.
and I decided to homeschool my children and really focus on being a mom
Right.
for a minute. My daughter is an equestrian. She started showing horses.
So that equestrian, that's in Ocala.
It's in Ocala.
Right, because Ocala is known for, it's like the horse capital of the world.
Right.
So the equestrian center, your daughter is involved with.
So interestingly enough, we were not involved with Ocala during our horse days.
Okay.
That was in Indiana. And so we're from Zionsville, Indiana, which is kind of like the horse country of Indiana.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but horses have always been a part of our life. My mom was an equestrian. I grew up, after we moved from Indianapolis, we moved to a horse farm.
Okay.
So horses have been a huge part of my history.
Yes.
And then I didn't really ride, but my daughter really picked up on it, and she
Okay.
wanted to show. So of course I had to figure out, how am I going to bring art into this?
Right.
So I created an equestrian handbag company. So I created the fabrics
Mm-hmm.
that the bags are made out of. And they were bags that girls could take to their shows that were water resistant, and that's basically what it was. And I did that for a long time and was very successful. It was very good. We used the factory in China that produced the Vera Bradley bags.
Right.
We were sold 5 out of 7 continents, sold our product in their tax stores and so it was a big deal. But things in about 2017, 18, things started to change. Just the global economy in general, environmental things in China began to, and my factory, the women who owned the factory retired.
Right. Okay.
So I was going to have to find a new factory, and it was time to stop. It was time to stop. So after the bags is when I went back to painting.
Right.
Again, using painting as a kind of a therapy tool.
Yes.
To deal with my emotions of shutting down the business and
Yes.
my kids about to leave the house and all of those things. So I started painting again.
So you are back at painting, and you are moving into becoming co-owner of Capstone.
Right. So Capstone is a company that my husband and I own together. And
Right.
that's where a different part of my brain is utilized.
So, and as you say that, I think I want to connect that with your jazz background, because you are now able to be creative. You could draw from that, and improvise and figure things out as you move forward with that bed. The therapy bed of painting is right there. So when you fall on that nice foundation, it keeps you, emotionally stable.
Absolutely.
And your jazz is going to help you navigate back in.
Improvise.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Capstone is you and hubby happening. Whose idea was it to?
So my husband is the IT professional. So
Right.
that's really him. But I had a lot of success running a business with Paul and Lydia, so he kind of brought me on. And when he started his own company, just to kind of solidify his business and
Right.
move it to the next level. And that's worked really well, and we're still doing that. And so I get to use that kind of business part of my brain,
Yes.
which I prefer not to. But
Yeah. Of course, the business side and being an artist. Yeah, it could be jarring.
Yeah.
So you said that you had to be creative with Paul and Lydia. So what type of art would you say you got into to put that into that establishment?
So I was always drawn to illustrations as well.
Okay, illustrations.
Animals. I grew up with animals. I grew up on a horse farm.
Yes.
Ducks, chickens, cats, dogs. So I just started drawing those characters and put them onto fabric. And so, yeah.
So that is what you implemented in this.
In Paul and Lydia.
Right. And then, you know, also with the capstone, were you still doing that type of art?
No, so capstone is not really artistic at all, rather than logo and color design, you know, just really bringing that together. But so when I was in school, when I was actually studying art at Heron, something that kind of changed, I think when painting became real to me was when I was in art history class, basic art history, and I started studying abstract expressionism. Franz Klein, Willem de Kooning.
Yes.
When I saw the abstract expressionists, Joan Mitchell, you know, that expression, that, you know, that emotion that was expressed onto a canvas.
Yes.
That's Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
Everything changed.
Okay. I see. I see.
So Franz Klein set everything in a different motion, different path.
Right.
As far as painting was concerned.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that type of art is taking place. You are in Ocala, and you're going to get involved in abstract painting at some point.
Yeah. So that's where I focused in school. Was then abstract art was. It was all about conveying emotion through color, and line, not representational art anymore. It was all about, you know, all that emotion that I felt on the stage through the music, like in ballet.
Right.
So instead of choreographed moves, it was now being poured out onto a canvas.
So it's like the ballet is
the music
and the
movement,
the acting,
the color, it all comes out on the canvas. The story, the acting, the story, the characters.
Yes. Okay. And of course, yes, you know, you'll be seeing a lot of the abstract painting as we speak coming up on the screens, you know. So to describe your art to someone who wants to get involved in it, what would you say it is?
So I would say right now that, abstract expressionism is my style.
That's your style.
Yeah.
I see. And it involves a lot of painting and stuff on canvas and shapes and...
Yeah, absolutely. It's really conveying emotion through color and line on the canvas.
And of course, it ties back to your experience.
Absolutely.
In all of those channels you went.
It's all. There are so many memories. For me, when I go back through my paintings, it's almost like looking through snapshots.
Right.
It's memories, and when I talk to people about how I see things, like people see things different ways. When I remember something, I remember color.
Yes.
And I remember light and line. So it is not specific memories, but it's how the sun was coming through the window, whether it was bright or whether it was overcast that day. And it's the colors of the room.
Yes.
And it's large abstract shapes.
Wow.
Not specific details.
Well, it's Heather. I mean, like I said, I'm hanging out with the best. Heather, what are we drinking, by the way? Let's
cheers.
Let's cheers.
Thank you so much.
I mean, this story was incredible.
Thank you.
What are we having here?
This is the little Prosecco.
Okay, Prosecco. Here we go. So in terms of your social media platforms, and if someone wanted to find you, where would you direct them to?
So Instagram is my favorite social media platform. That's HDB_art.
Right.
I have a lot of process videos where I'll tape myself painting.
Okay, so they may see a little bit of ballet and
Absolutely.
stuff happen. That's
It's a
incredible.
performance.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's a
That's
performance.
incredible.
Um,
So HDB _art,
art.
and we'll have that up. And what about Facebook?
Heather Dawn Batchelor.
Okay, Heather Dawn Batchelor. Okay,
First,
beautiful.
middle, and last name.
Okay, beautiful. Any websites in there?
Oh yeah. HeatherDawnBatchelor.com.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You can go there.
So you're gonna get to see Heather in full flight. The Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Yeah, of course. Maybe.
That would be nice.
Heather, I thoroughly enjoyed hearing your story. I felt as though I was a part of your journey with you as you made your way through these channels as a ballet dancer, the saxophone, the piano, and I mean acting, and you know the different moves you made to New York, LA. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing this.
Thank you for having me.
There you have it, folks. Again, like I said, you are checking out Ocala Arts and Entertainment Podcast. I'm Sean Thomas, your host. So take care, be safe. Thank you again, Heather.